Hi my YouTube friends. So I had a few people request that I do a contour and highlight video or tutorial. So I am going to go through some different techniques, different products you can use, and kind of show you how to do a contour and highlight. Just bear in mind that this is for my face shape. So I do mention in the video if you would like a personalized one, just message me in the comment section below and I'll do a face chart. I guess that's it. So let's get on with the tutorial. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do highlighting and contouring on your face. You can use creams, you can use powders, you can do it before, you can do it after, you can do the striping technique that I'm sure a lot of you have seen on Instagram that's really popular. There's also very basic ways you can do it after your makeup's done. So I'm going to kind of walk you through a few of them. I've got my product over here. So I have just some basic foundation on, just really light coverage. Just as a base, I like to do my foundation first. Some people like to contour and highlight beforehand. You can kind of even do it in the middle where you put your foundation on, highlight, contour, and then put your powder on. There's so many different ways. I am going to show you how I highlight and contour for my face shape. That doesn't mean that it's going to necessarily fit your face shape, so just keep that in mind, okay? So I will start off with doing creams, and then we'll even go on top of that, and I'll show you how to do it with powder. So it'll be a pretty extreme contour and highlight video. So the first thing I like to do is to highlight. So you could use a cream product. So this is the Bobbi Brown foundation stick, and this is in warm ivory. So you could, and I like to do because we're highlighting the face, we're not just concealing. So I like to do like a triangle of light right there, and that's going to bring a light to the middle of your face. You can also highlight right above the brow bone, down the center of the nose, onto my forehead, onto my cupid's bow, onto my chin, and then right above my jawline. You could also use, I have the Kevin Aqua, this is the lighter one that I have. I have two shades, but this is the lighter one, so I'll show you this one because I think it'll show a little bit better on the camera. And this stuff is really pigmented too. So the other one, this is actually a foundation stick, and it's closer to my skin tone, but this is the Kevin Aqua Sensual Skin Enhancer, and this is used more as a concealer. So I kind of brought it right into the, by the tear duct, on the side of my nose. And a little of this stuff goes a long way, so if you have this, you don't need a lot. And I hear Asia snoring in the background. It's real cute. Now what I like to do is, I'm doing a cream, I like to use the Beauty Blender. You can use a brush if you want to. This is, I don't know where my actual Beauty Blender is. Oh, here it is. But I'm going to use this one because this is what I was using earlier. This I got off of eBay, just the egg-shaped blending sponge. I can't even talk. Blending sponge. Wet them before you use them. It's very similar to the Beauty Blender. It's a pretty good knockoff. Pointed tip, and then I just go right under the eye. And you want to do more of a bouncing motion. And you can also roll it onto the skin. You don't want to wipe with it though. This is Beauty Blenders are real beauty blenders. Beauty blenders are really great if you have large pores as well. And you see how that, when you highlight, it automatically contours because it's using my skin as the darker shade. But we're going to go in there and make it a little bit more dramatic. So no, typically I would not use two different products. on my face. I would just stick with one, but I kind of wanted to show you, you know, you can use a foundation that's lighter than your skin. You can use concealer. You just want it to be lighter than your skin. So this side's going to be a little bit more highlighted because the color was lighter. I've got mirrors all around me over here, so that's why I keep looking over there, if you're wondering. So I usually go about 2 shades lighter than my face for highlight. Okay, then we can go in with your contour color. So I'm going to be using the LA Girl, what is this? The Pro Conceal. This has a brush, you can use the brush. I typically don't like to use the brush, but I'm going to just because it's easier just to throw it on and show you. And this is pretty dark for me too, so this is a pretty intense contour. Contour. This is why I don't like to use the brush, because it's, there it goes. Oh, and I forgot. I'm going to do my nose in a second because I forgot that this stuff dries really fast. I probably should have just put it on one side of my face. It's starting to dry. Go, Crystal, go. Beauty blender. Blend. Blend. Depending on your personality and where you're wearing, if it's daytime or nighttime, where you're going with your makeup, you know, you might want to make it a little bit more intense or a little bit more natural. I tend, even when I feel like I'm making mine more intense, I always feel like I blend it and it ends up looking more natural anyways. Okay, so there is the contour with the cream. So this is just a dark concealer. Then we can go in, this is What's Up from Benefit, and this is a cream to powder kind of highlighter. Pop that on right there. I like to put some in the middle of my nose. Cupid's bow. And it does have like a blending applicator right here, but I just use my fingers. Oh, I didn't even do the eyes. So you can contour your eyes as well. I'll show you with the powder. How about that? Okay, so we'll go in and we will contour with the powder. So this is the Laura Geller matte water-resistant bronzer. So this has a really nice gray, cool tone to it. It's very similar to Kevyn Aucoin's contour sculpting powder. Is what it's called. It has a very, it's a cool brown. So a lot of bronzers you're used to are I don't know if you can see the difference or not. But you want a cool tone that leans towards gray as opposed to an orangey red based bronzer. And for this I like to use a fan brush. And I'll actually show you another brush you can use. I'll do one on each side of my face so you can see the difference. But this is a fan brush. I just take it, get my powder on it, put it, you know, perpendicular to my face. And then just back and forth. What's really nice is the fan brush really does kind of blend it out. See? Ooh. Ooh. Do I look sexy now? Do I look like a model? You can also use a brush, something like this. So this is the Lancome 25. I can't even read it because it's their contour brush. So it has like a blush brush on this side, or what I use to blend the contour out with, and then this is what I use to place the contour. It's very dense, very small. This is the Sephora Face Contour number 133. I don't think they have these brushes any longer, but you just want a small, you know, small little brush. So this is like a typical blush brush, maybe a little bit smaller. Right in there, oh, this side. And I will basically draw a line. And then put a little bit of product on here and then blend it out. This one's really nice also to go alongside the edge of the nose. This one, or this is from BH Cosmetics. It doesn't have anything on it. But it's probably one of their eyeshadow crease brushes, blending brushes. But it's kind of large for my eye. See, it's pretty big. So I like to use it as a nose contour and for under my lip. I'm not really sure how this is looking on camera because I look kind of washed out because of the light here, but in the mirror I am pretty contoured, huh? We'll see. Okay, so for your eyes you can also take that same brush, and if you go from the lash corner and up, you shouldn't see a line. You really shouldn't see any lines on your face when you're doing this. So you have a contour, highlight, contour, highlight, contour, highlight. But keep in mind, this is what I do for my face shape and my features. Might not be what you want to do for yours. Then you can also use a highlight color. There are two different types of highlight colors. There's going to be a matte highlight color, which a lot of people that are deeper tones use the banana powder for underneath their eyes. You can also use, or a light powder. You can also use a shimmer highlight, which is going to reflect a little bit more. You don't want to use the shimmer everywhere though. Like we did the concealer highlight down here. You wouldn't want to put the shimmer there. You just kind of want to put the shimmer on the cheekbones, under the eyes, inner corner, cupid's bow. You don't want to put it all over the face. So this is the Laura Geller Duo highlight. So it has a matte on one side and it has a shimmer on the other side, which is really nice. So I'm going to use the matte down here. And see how that really intensifies my contour even more? Oh, and this is just a fan brush. This is the Laura Mercier one. And then the matte I'm putting up here. You could get away with doing a shimmer up there if you wanted. They also make loose shimmer powder, and this works really well, and I know these are really popular. This one's from True, and this is Lunar. So it's a really pretty shimmer. Oh, phone's ringing. Oh, you can kind of see it flying. Oh, little sparkle fairies. So that is how I contour and highlight my face. You can also go in and do the neck, which I'll show you real quick. And then you can go in. You don't want to do this too intense because you don't want to look like a skeleton, okay? Right there, collarbone. Pop a little bit more, and then go in and highlight the same, like the opposite. So right on the collarbone. So that is how you contour and highlight your face. How I contour and highlight my face, I should say. like I said, if you want me to make you a personalized chart, leave me something, a note, say something in the comment section below, and I will get back to you. And I'm going to go put the rest of my face on, and then I will be right back so you can see the finished look. So here's the finished look. I hope that this tutorial really helped some of you guys out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you guys.
I think about